Hello and welcome to the Western Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us today. We have a few housekeeping announcements as we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. You can direct your questions to a specific school or schools, or you can leave a question for all of our representatives to answer about their institution. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. That's why that Q&A button is really important. This is just one of many different sessions that have happened. We hope you've been enjoying them. As a reminder that this session and all of the other sessions have been recorded, and they will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/WACAC. This is the same website where you registered for all of the programming. I'd now like to turn it over to our very first school presenting tonight. We'll be hearing from Chaminade University of Honolulu.
Aloha everyone, my name is Dior Ashton Teodosio. I am one of the senior admission counselors here at Chaminade University of Honolulu. Our university is located on the island of Oahu, specifically in the Kaimuki area. Kaimuki is a small residential neighborhood about 20 minutes away from Daniel K. Inouye International Airport and about 2 minutes away from the famous Waikiki Beach. But hopefully this will be your home away from home. Chaminade again is based in Kaimuki, where there's a ton of local coffee shops, old school diners, farmers markets, and quirky antique shops. Our university faces Waialae Avenue, and Waialae was just voted #1 as the best food block in the state of Hawaii. Some of my favorite places to visit on Waialae are going to be Kimchi 2, which has the best barbecue short ribs. And on a rainy, cold Hawaii day, Hale Vietnam has the best pho that you can possibly eat on island. But if you're just wanting to study off campus, we have some really awesome coffee shops like Coffee Talk and The Curb. But really, I'm so excited for you to discover your favorite places here in Kaimuki. This is home. This is Chaminade University of Honolulu, located on a 65-acre hillside called Kalaipohaku. Our university is home to a little over 1,300 undergraduate students coming from 14 different countries and 40 different states and territories. We have a warm, family-oriented campus ohana, and as a small private liberal arts university, our students receive a personalized education for an ever-changing future. As a Catholic, Marianist, and Native Hawaiian serving institution, our goals inside the classroom are attuned to the real world, geared to promote justice and peace and the dignity and rights of everyone. With our average class size about 18, it's easy for students to get an organic mentoring or mentorship that they're looking for. With our 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio, our professors get to know you for you. They are still well known and very active within their fields, which makes networking opportunities and internships a little bit more accessible for our current students and alumni. We have some unique and popular majors here at Chaminade and what we're most known for. We have our forensic sciences program and our environmental and interior design, as well as our nursing program. And some of our newest majors are going to be our community and public health, our data science, analytics and visualizations program, and our environmental science. What's really awesome is that all of our majors are going to be direct entry, including our nursing program. So 4-year program, one application that you'll apply for into the major that you're interested in studying. And for those that are still deciding, don't worry at all. There's a ton of different introductory courses that you can take to see what really sparks your interest. As our professors are educating you inside the classroom, we have a team of staff members that are here to support you through your college experience. We have over 30 clubs and organizations that you can participate in, and these are going to be clubs ranging from cultural clubs to academic clubs to adventure clubs. Our fitness club takes its club members hiking, skydiving, surfing, ziplining, and our cultural clubs will put on a showcase each semester to celebrate the diversity that we have here on campus. We are NCAA Division II PAC-West Conference for athletics, and our campus ministry have numerous opportunities for you to volunteer. We do have students that take advantage of our study abroad opportunities, our semester at sea program, internships, and summer research opportunities. We have 3 residential halls located on campus and 1 off campus less than a mile away. The floor plans that you see are going to be the on-campus residential halls. It's not required for you to live in our halls at any point, but if you're a first-year student looking for somewhere to stay, Haleʻilokelani is going to be our most popular one. Housing ranges anywhere from 11,000 to 19,000, all depending on the floor plan and meal plan you're interested in. For admission requirements, we have gone test blind for all applicants applying for the fall 2021 semester. This is really awesome for me to share because students are a top priority here at Chaminade. We've also adopted a holistic admission approach. So we're looking at you as a whole student, not just academically. We are rolling admission and we are still accepting applications for the fall semester. And I think I missed a slide, but through our amazing financial aid opportunities, 97% of our students receive some form of financial aid. So the average amount of scholarship and grants our students receive is about $15,000. We do award merit-based scholarships, which are automatically awarded upon acceptance. So you don't need to complete an application at any point. We do have signature scholarships that you can apply for. And I'll put the link in a chat or if anyone has a question, but if you're interested in our Chaminade signature scholarships, it's just going to be chaminade.edu/scholarships. But as I wrap up my 6 minutes with you folks, here's some ways to stay connected. If you are interested in learning a little bit more about our campus or even wanting to do a campus tour, you can schedule one either virtually or in person. If you're wanting to learn a little bit more about the degree programs that we offer, you can schedule an informational session with myself or one of our colleagues and our faculty members. We're really excited to share a little bit more about what Chaminade has to offer. But thank you so much for your time. Mahalo nui loa and a hui hou.
Thank you so much, Yura Ashton, for sharing Chaminade University of Honolulu today. Our next presentation will be from Washington University in St. Louis.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for being here today. My name's John Fromm, and I'm an admissions counselor with Washington University in St. Louis, and I'm very excited to share with you a little bit more about who we are. To kick things off, I always like to start about the city that we call home. Our name gives it away, and that is St. Louis, Missouri. Now, St. Louis is a medium-sized city, and like Hannah, Montana, you really do get the best of both worlds. You have big city amenities, beautiful parks and museums, passionate sports fans, and an amazing food scene. At the same time, we're made up of a collection of individual neighborhoods, each with their own unique personality and a kind Midwestern heart. Add in being one of the country's fastest growing cities for startups, and you'll find that St. Louis can be your unique home. We really want our students to get off campus and to fully engage with the city around them. We provide free Metro passes that give students the opportunity to use the St. Louis Metrolink system, including a light rail train system and a complex network of buses. And with 2 stops for that train system on our campus, as well as a bus stop, there are plenty of opportunities for you to get off campus and to explore fully, be that heading to the St. Louis airport, heading downtown to catch a Cardinals game, or just exploring any of the other number of fantastic neighborhoods that surround the campus. Academically, our campus and our community is diverse, inclusive, collaborative, and creative. We have 5 undergraduate academic divisions, which are arts and sciences, engineering, business, art, and architecture. Our undergraduate students represent all 50 states and US territories and over 50 countries from around the world. With this geographic diversity, as well as that academic diversity, is a whole slew of other diversity. We have racial and ethnic diversity, socioeconomic diversity, diversity of religion and politics. Because we have so many unique students with their own interests and lived experiences, we want to ensure that we treat each student as the individual that they are. This way of thinking leads to our unofficial motto, which is to know each student by name and story. Our community is one that values open, respectful, and honest discussions, and our faculty and staff challenge our students to be engaged in dialogue and to feel comfortable in the uncomfortable, often resulting in students discovering more about themselves and their community in the process. Speaking of the classroom, WashU is a place of discovery. You're going to choose one of those 5 divisions to act as your home base, but the breadth of our university is available to all students. Regardless of your background, your initial academic interests, our classes, research, study abroad, and extracurricular opportunities are open to all students. You're able to combine your passions to form your own unique path that best fits who you are. Most of our classes are going to be small and discussion based with an average size of about 26 students. And this encourages students, and we want them to be active participants in the learning process every day, supporting and challenging each other to think in new ways. An interdisciplinary approach to education is a hallmark of WashU. With students able to have majors or minors in any of our divisions and across divisions, about 80% of our students will graduate with more than one major, which is a testament to both the multifaceted students as well as our flexible curriculum. We do not have a university-wide core curriculum, so you really do have a lot of choices when it comes to picking those classes. But you're not alone in navigating through that process. Before you step foot on campus, you will receive a 4-year advisor who's going to help you guide you along the way. But through your time at WashU, you'll come into contact with a number of other advisors, be that major and minor advisors, pre-professional advisors, residential, study abroad. The list goes on, and they're all there to help provide you with resources to forge your best path towards your goals and dreams. At WashU, you may decide to become involved in some of our research. We are a Tier 1 research institution, which means that virtually all of our faculty are doing research. And with over 3,000 projects happening a year, our students are very involved in that research as well. We also have study abroad opportunities. We have programs available for all of our majors and divisions, spanning all across the world. And about 40% of our students will choose to study abroad at some point during their career at WashU. You may also decide to start a business on campus. Our student entrepreneurial program allows students to work with our Scandalera Center for Interdisciplinary Innovation and Entrepreneurship to start and run their own full business. Or you may decide to become involved in the St. Louis community through our Gephardt Institute for Civic and Community Engagement. In addition to all those ways you can grow academically, our students are very involved with more than 400 different student groups available on campus. Our student union has a $3.5 million budget every year to fund your organization, be that for traveling to competitions or conferences, to bringing speakers, to having food at your meetings. And with our activities ranging from Division III varsity athletics to our 13 a cappella groups to major cultural groups or even more niche groups like our Butter Churning Club or Burning Kumquat, which is our organic garden on campus. There really are so many different ways, and there is going to be something for you to do. Our students do also come together at times for traditions like our semi-annual concert series Wild or our 13 Carnival, the oldest student-run carnival in the United States. Whatever our students are doing, both in and outside the classroom, they give it their all. There is never a weekend when there is not an event, and really there's not a day that goes by when there is not something new and exciting happening on campus. The culture that we have here at WashU is not a coincidence. We are actively looking for students who want to work collaboratively to solve big problems, who know that the answers to their questions will not be found until they're able to look at things from various perspectives. And we see that our students are able to leverage the vast array of opportunities at WashU to meaningful postgraduate work by working with a career services center who meets you where you are through resume writing, internships, and career fairs. Now that 6 minutes does go by fast, so I hope that you got a little bit of taste of what we have here at WashU. I will drop my information into the chat, but I hope that you will keep exploring who we are.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, John, for sharing Washington University in St. Louis today. Our next school will be Maryville University.
Okay, if I could just unmute myself, we would be good. I think I'm sharing my screen, so we are all set. Thank you, everybody. My name is Dennis Jones. I'm the West Coast Regional Director of Admissions here at Maryville University. We're going to stay in the St. Louis area here. So Maryville is an independent private university located about 20 minutes west of downtown St. Louis, Missouri. John did an excellent job of just talking about St. Louis and all it has to offer, so I won't spend a whole bunch of time there. But we are a suburban campus, about 3,000-ish traditional undergrads, good mix of students. We have students from all 50 states, 58 countries, which are international students down just a little bit, obviously with the pandemic, but just a good mix of students within an average class size of about 15, 12-to-1 student-teacher ratio. 150 clubs and organizations. It's hard to be a Maryville student and not be involved. And 90+ academic programs as well. I like this slide and the picture in the background because this is one of my students I worked with from Hawaii, and she traded in her surfboard for a snowboard, right? So students adapt quickly 90 plus academic programs, some of our most popular: direct entry, nursing, physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech language pathology. Any of our business programs, including cybersecurity, sports business management, international business, probably our 3 most popular. You can do your bachelor's, master's in 5 years in any of them if you choose to. We have a brand new computer science program, all in-house. You can see some of the different tracks there. Really a lot of STEAM or STEAM majors, if you will: art and design, health sciences, math, engineering, but also criminal justice, forensic science, things along those lines. So kind of something for everybody. Just a kind of a small smattering of some of our partnerships, indirect and direct partnerships. So all of our programs, we're all about experiential learning. So lots of hands-on opportunities, internship opportunities. All of our students get life coaches. They're going to help you there. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. Campus life, Division II athletics, biggest D2 conference in the country, the Great Lakes Valley Conference, 22 Division II sports, pretty much everything but football. Brand new facilities, or within the last year or 2 years, for all of our field sports. Brand new gymnasium coming down the road. We partnered with the city of Chesterfield to build a $20 million ice hockey facility. So lots of new buildings and technology on campus. Also mention here too that we men's and women's ice hockey or club sports, currently they're going to be playing a Division I schedule starting in 2022. Men's volleyball, also a club sport. They'll be playing a Division I schedule beginning in fall of 2021. And then we also have about 20 club sports outside of those. We're big in the esports world. We have about 60 gamers on scholarship. We won our 4th national title in 5 years in League of Legends. We have Overwatch, Heroes of the Storm. So lots of opportunities there too, and scholarship funding available with the D2 sports or the club sports as well. We're an Apple Distinguished School. There's only 9 in the entire United States. That's because Apple recognizes schools based on innovation and use of technology in and out of the classroom. All of our students, traditional undergrads, receive iPad Generation 7 with the pencil. Students, you know better than I do. You can drag in content, you can do your homework, you can take notes. We pay for about 90 apps, including Notability, some by major, that sort of thing. That it is not a gimmick or a bribe. We use them. Both my daughters are Maryville students from California. They use their iPad pretty religiously, iPad, phone, laptop. So it's a good resource for sure. Life coaches. My daughters love their life coaches. They're one-stop shop you're connected to before you even get to campus. They're going to do a learning diagnostic. They're going to know how you learn: audio learner, visual learner. We talk a lot about individualized approach to education, and that's because they can gear instruction towards your strengths. They're also a one-stop shop if you're having a bad day, want to change a class, that sort of thing as well. We're actually, I need to change this, 98% career success rate. And that just means that our students are in grad school, employed, joined the Peace Corps within about 6 months of graduation. And really with most programs, it's about 30 days after graduation. So we're all about outcomes, which again, as a parent, I am on board with that. And you can see just here about 16, 17% above the national average as far as student success when they graduate from Maryville. And you can see here, we're going the other direction with cost. We lowered the cost by 5% about a month before school started this fall. And our goal is to drop it another 15 to 20% over the next 3 to 5 years. So while most universities are going up 3 to 5% annually, we are going the other direction. Our goal is to truly be affordable and accessible to everybody. The other thing is our cost for the year is everything included. We're one of very few schools in the country where everything is built in. So books, iPad, room, food, laundry, parking, Wi-Fi, tutors, printing, it's all included. So as a parent, I'm not paying $3,000, $4,000 annually on books, which is kind of therapeutic, to be honest. Real quick, merit scholarships, automatic, lots of financial aid outside of the automatic merit scholarships. These are GPA or test score based. We've been test optional now for 5 years, not pandemic related. We will continue to be test optional. Holistic review, you'll hear that a lot. We look at the whole person, not just academics. Free to apply, coalition app, common application, our application. And check out our Sneak Peek Wednesdays. We do a lot of fun stuff. We have student panels, We just had one where they were eating hot wings, one that got hotter each time, 10 hot wings, 10 questions. It was pretty funny, but also informative. So we try to have some fun with it. Maryville Live series on Tuesdays, maryville.edu to schedule /visit to schedule a visit. And my contact information here, QR code if you want to scan it and receive more information. And you can always find me on the website. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your Sunday.
Thank you, Dennis, for presenting on Maryville University today. Our next school is going to be St. Louis University. I just wanted to remind all of our attendees that this is a great time to think about any questions. You can ask a question for schools that have already presented or the schools to come, all the schools really, and our representatives are happy and excited to share more with you. And now I'm going to turn it over to Rachel to present on St. Louis University.
Awesome. Thank you, Jennifer. Yes, if you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to let us know. We're going to stay in St. Louis just for this last presentation. I am Rachel Vaca. I work with students coming from the West Coast. I'm actually regionally based in San Diego for ease of access and in your time zone as well. So for the next few minutes, we'll talk about St. Louis University. We are a mid-sized institution. We have just over 8,000 undergraduates. With our graduate and professional students, we do have about 12,500. So small enough to where you'll see your friends every day, but still big enough to where you will meet new people every day too. We are really blessed. We have 2 campuses. The one that I'm highlighting today is our campus in St. Louis, Missouri, but we do have a campus in Madrid, Spain as well. It is called SLU Madrid, and it is a 4-year degree granting institution. However, that being said, it is our students' most popular study abroad destination as well. We are the oldest university west of the Mississippi River. We were founded in 1818, and we're the 2nd oldest Catholic Jesuit university in the country. And I'm going to highlight exactly what that means here now. So a Jesuit education is this idea of education for the whole person, mind, body, and spirit. So we believe in this mentality that you don't just come to us for coming to school. You know, you come with us with a background, with goals, with aspirations. So we really want to treat you as a whole person here at St. Louis University and to strengthen you to become leaders and critical thinkers in the world, asking those big questions and answering those philosophies. We also believe in community service and have a commitment to giving back, as well as engaging in social justice. Last year, our students served almost 2 million service hours, and the best part about this statistic is all of that was voluntary. So very much a commitment to community service, and our entire community enjoys that as well. This is a fun little slide. This is our mascot. We are the Billikens. We are a very unique mascot at SLU. A little bit about it is the Billiken is a symbol of the way things ought to be. It's a good luck charm that dates back to 1908. And we believe that the Billiken is a reflection of our mission and a way of life. So definitely a unique mascot here at SLU. Some other statistics: average class size about 26, 9-to-1 student to faculty ratio. Over 99% of our faculty hold the highest degree in their field. So you are learning from the utmost professionals. We are Division I athletics as well. We have 18 Division I sports, and you can get in for free to all of our home games. Our average high school GPA is about a 3.91, but that is a weighted GPA. So we will always take your weighted GPA. We do have over 150 student organizations. The average student is actually involved in 2 or more. As far as academics go, we have nearly 90 undergraduate programs at St. Louis University, ranging from the health sciences to engineering, flight science. We have a professional pilot program, our business school. We have a college of just public health and social justice as well. So many different options. I also like to say that we're a very undecided friendly university too. So if you're not quite sure what you're interested in, maybe you have an idea of the subject matter, we will help you find your perfect major at St. Louis University, and you don't have to have that decided until the end of your 2nd year. So plenty of time to explore your options. Our campus is in the Midtown District of St. Louis. Here's a little bit more on that. We are in the Grand Center Arts District, definitely more of an urban campus feel, but nice accessibility to pretty much anything that you want in the city of St. Louis. Our Madrid campus is also very urban. We are located 10 minutes from the city center of Madrid, Spain. So definitely a place to be if you're interested in going to Madrid. A little bit more about student life and organizations. We do have 30 club sports, 50 intramural programs. We do have Greek life as well on campus. And as I mentioned, the average student is involved in at least 2 clubs, if not more. Very, very active and welcoming campus. We just like to mention a little bit about how we're handling COVID and how we're kind of thinking about it going forward as well. We were able to have an in-person fall, and we're very fortunate for that. So every class was in person, socially distant. Every class had an online component. Our students did this campus clear symptom check every single day. But we are very proud because we helped test the Moderna vaccine. So if you know somebody who's received the Moderna, we actually helped with the testing and formulation of that vaccine. We do have 60 researchers from 20 different departments also working on different COVID-19 projects. So always like to throw that out there. This is just some more information on how to apply and how to become a Billiken, and I will end with this slide. So we do take the common application, or we have our own application on our website. The only other thing we need is your official high school transcript. Everything else is either recommended or optional. Letters of recommendation, resume, and activities interview, or an admissions interview, that is all recommended. And then optional, SAT, ACT. We do have a priority deadline of December 1st. However, we do take applications past that as well. Thanks so much for listening about SLU. If you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. And with that, we'll go ahead and move on to the next presentation.
Great, thank you so much, Rachel, for sharing on St. Louis University. Our next presentation today will be from the University of Missouri.
Awesome, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy Daylight Savings Day, which this is not my favorite, but hey, we're here. My name's Tommy Rogers. I am the regional representative for the University of Missouri. I'm actually based out here in Orange County and spent about 7 lovely years in the state of Missouri. And I'm here to tell you a little bit about the University of Missouri. So Mizzou is what we are known for. We're literally smack dab right in the middle of the United States. We're just under 2 hours from St. Louis, and as you've heard, there's a lot of wonderful things to do out there. Columbia is pretty cool too, which is where we're located. We're a college city. We got about 120,000 folks that reside there. If you're into school spirit and aesthetics, our downtown area is absolutely beautiful. There's a lot of pride in our university. Sports Illustrated magazine actually does spread on us pre-COVID, and they ranked us number 5 college town university compared to about 100 other universities. So a lot of great things to do downtown, hiking trails, shops, all sorts of fun things. Entertainment as well. We have a lot of entertainers that come by for our students on a day-to-day basis. Mizzou, though, we're a really big school. We've got about 30,000 students on our campus, which sounds like a lot, but that's our total population. Undergraduate sits at about 19 to 20,000, but you'll find we have a lot of resources for our students. So average class size is just under 30 students, 18 to 1 student to faculty ratio. So we really like to give individualized attention for our students. Tigers all around the world, 120 countries, a lot in the United States as well. And we're super unique in which we are a tier 1 research institution. We're AAU accredited, and we're also the land grant for the state. So a lot of internships and research opportunities for our students. Quick update, we are again going test optional for our 2022 class, which is awesome. You can submit a test score, or you can decide to go test optional, and in lieu of a test score, just go ahead and send us your transcripts, statement of purpose, which is like a quick essay, in addition to a resume. So brag about what you're doing in and outside of the classroom. Still will be evaluated holistically, can still get scholarships, can still get into our honors classes as well. So we want to make sure that there's multiple different pathways getting into our institution. Now we got a lot of majors on our campus. We have over 300 degree programs, which is a lot. Most popular majors though, journalism is typically number 1. We're the only school in the nation that has an NBC Universal news station on our campus. Photojournalism, in front of the news, PR, HR, etc. Most of our students start in that newsroom their freshman year. Business is a close second, guaranteed internship. We're also unique. We are one of 9 public universities that has a pre-law, pre-med, and a pre-vet program on our campus. So a lot of students come for those pre-professional programs. And then engineering is typically a popular fourth options. But non-impacted majors, you're directly admitted into your major if you're admitted to Mizzou, and you're starting right off the bat within your major. And like a lot of my wonderful colleagues today were sharing, if you're undecided, not a problem. We still got you covered. In fact, about 30% of our freshmen last year were undecided. Not a problem at all. Still a lot of great resources for our students. We're tier 1 research. What does that mean? A lot of internship opportunities. In fact, a lot of programs actually have that ingrained into their degree programs. I mentioned our wonderful NBC station. You can see a picture there. That is a global news station, and that's completely run by our students, which is fantastic. And big question we get asked is, can you start doing these internship opportunities your freshman year? Absolutely. We'd love to have you in there. And then a lot of times that actually leads into full-time job opportunities as well. A lot of research stations on our campus, students going all around the world with internship and research opportunities, which is great. Looks wonderful on the resume. Yeah, a lot of really cool opportunities that our students can do. If you have specific questions about what your major can offer you your freshman year, go ahead and reach out to me and be more than happy to kind of connect you with other students. But yeah, our folks hit the ground running, which is what we love to see. We're also very excited too that our retention rating and our job placement rating was still relatively high last year despite COVID. You can see a lot of our students are still doing wonderful, great things once they graduate from the university. 93.4% successful career outcomes. Those were students who are fully employed, attending graduate school, or serving in the military. Biggest anchor obviously being students who are fully employed. And then our retention rating last year was 90%. So we retained about 90% of our freshmen coming to the University of Missouri and then continuing their sophomore year. And still a lot of undergraduate involvement as well. So I'm really happy to see that. We're really excited that students are still going out there and doing some wonderful things with their majors. And to reward our students, especially come from out of state, we have some wonderful scholarships for you. We're rolling admissions, so you can literally apply whenever you'd like to, but I always encourage my students to get your app in at least by December 1st. That'll put you in line for our merit-based scholarships. That takes a look at your GPA and your test scores if you submit them, and you can get in-state tuition right off the bat your freshman year, depending on your GPA or your test score. So that is something that you can get. That's about an $18,000 scholarship. And then we do have several other merit-based scholarships that follow below that. We also have departmental scholarships based on your majors, and then wonderful outside scholarships as well that you can qualify for. And then if you don't get any scholarships, not a problem. You went in-state tuition your sophomore year, we can do that for you. Missouri is one of the easiest states to get residency. And so there's a 12-month residency program that you go through your freshman year. You go through all 5 steps, you are guaranteed in-state tuition following your sophomore year. A lot of great opportunities on our campus, and we would love to see you on our campus. We are offering select visits and tour dates. We do have online as well. But we want to make sure that we're inviting students on our campus and parents and guests and making sure you're having a good time, but still obviously remaining safe. So give us a call. You can set up a virtual or in-person visit for us on our main website. And we've got a lot of other cool events coming up in the future as well for the spring. And here's our general contact information. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to us and I will go ahead and leave my information in the chat as well. So, hey, thanks for listening to us. And we've got a couple more wonderful universities to listen to. So I'm going to go ahead and head it back over to Jennifer. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Tommy, for sharing Mizzou with all of us. Well, we started in Hawaii, took a trip to Missouri, and now we're heading back out to Hawaii to learn about Hawaii Pacific University. Michael?
Yes. Aloha, everybody. Let me get my screen up here. All right, well, thank you, everybody. My name is Michael Taylor. I'm Associate Director with Hawaii Pacific University, and I'm also regionally based here. I'm a neighbor of Tommy's. I'm based now in Orange County, so I'm also in the same time zone that you are, and I'm here to assist you with any questions that you might have or with the application process. So Hawaii Pacific University, we are the Aloha State's largest private nonprofit university. We're not that big by mainland standards. We're just under 5,000 students. So it's actually a really good size. We have an average class size of 17. We are a 12-to-1 student faculty ratio. No lecture halls. It's a really good learning environment. We're also located on the island of Oahu, which means the gathering place, or we call it the main island. We have about 80% of the state's population. We have the capital city Honolulu, and that is where we're located. HPU is actually an urban campus. We're located right in downtown Honolulu. So we're really the financial, political, cultural hub. Our students can walk to the state legislature, walk to some of the largest hospitals, walk to the only royal palace in the United States, walk to the headquarters of our 4 largest banks in Hawaii. So we're really in the middle of everything. If you're going to be in a major city, though, you can't ask for a better city than Honolulu. We are ranked as one of the happiest, healthiest, friendliest cities in the United States. We have an average temperature of about 77 degrees year round. So my students really do get the amenities of being in a major city, but you get the best of being in Hawaii as well, as far as the outdoors, the nature, and the culture here. Our downtown campus is walkable. You don't need a car to go to school here. I wouldn't recommend it. It's very accessible by foot. You can also get around the island. All of our students get a U-Pass, which is gives you access to the entire island on public transportation. So it's really easy to get around the downtown area or over to Waikiki, or you can take the bus all the way up to the North Shore. Really the heart of our downtown campus is the Aloha Tower Marketplace. So this is what you see here. It's actually right behind me in my background there. It's right downtown. This is where we have our students living. We're actually one of the few schools in the United States where your dorm could be a waterfront loft apartment. We have apartment style housing there on the harbor. We also have more traditional residence halls there. We have our learning commons there. We have our dining facility. We actually partnered with a well-known Hawaiian chef named Sam Choi, and he does our menu selections. We have great food here. Fun fact, every Wednesday is all you can eat poke day. We're the first school in Hawaii to offer esports, and we actually have an esports team. And then 9 miles from our downtown campus, we do have a campus up in the mountains. It's called the Hawaii Loa campus. It's in the Ko'ola mountain ranges. Shuttles go back and forth about 4 times an hour. And it's pretty common for a freshman to take gen ed courses on both campuses. We have housing on both campuses as well. So you could be living in either location, and it's pretty easy to get between the two. HPU is actually ranked #1 in diversity amongst private colleges in the United States. About 1/3 of our students are local to Hawaii, but the other 2/3 are representing all 50 states, and we have about 70 different countries represented on campus. So every classroom here is a really diverse laboratory of thinking, of ideas, of backgrounds, of viewpoints, and you're part of that diversity as well. So it's really good. You make friends with students from all over the world, and there's really measurable advantages of learning in such a diverse environment. We work very closely with employers, with government, with other agencies on island and nationally, as well as internationally. We actually have a guaranteed internship program for our students. Hands-on classes. We do believe that students learn by doing. This, for example, what you see is our research vessel called the Kaholo. So even as a freshman, marine science students are out there, or previous to that, you saw our nursing laboratories. All of our classes are taught by professors. We don't use teaching assistants or grad assistants. So you really get that interaction. We have a number of different options to choose from. Our largest programs are tied between business and nursing. We get a lot of students from the mainland for marine sciences, for environmental sciences. Students that are interested in pre-med might do biology, chemistry, or biochemistry. Really good international programs. We were founded as a liberal arts tradition. So regardless of your major, you're going to get a well-rounded education. We do have an honors program that's open to students of all majors. It's pretty selective, but you're living in an honors cohort your first year and taking honors gen ed courses. And then we have a similar program that's scholars. It's the first year living learning cohort for business, marine science, and nursing. A lot of student life, a lot of student activities. We have you guys move into campus and the dorms a week before school starts for orientation to help you adjust, to get used to island life and life here at HPU. Our students tend to be adventurous at HPU, and they love to study abroad. We study abroad at over twice the national average. We have over 250 programs in about 70 countries to choose from. And we are Division II athletics. So we're in the Pac-West Conference, men's basketball, baseball, cross country, golf, tennis, soccer, women's basketball, softball, cross country, golf, tennis, soccer, volleyball, acrobatics, and tumbling. We also have non-competitive cheer and dance. Because we are private, we don't charge out-of-state tuition. We don't look at residency at all. Our tuition next year is just under $30,000, and then room and board can range between $15,000 to about $19,000 a year. If you're coming to HPU from California, then we have the California match commitment. We guarantee that you won't be paying more than the UC in-state tuition, which is $12,570. Pretty much automatic for anyone coming from a California high school or community college. If you are coming to HPU from another state, Nevada, for example, you're still eligible for our merit scholarships, which are very competitive as well. 91% of our students are going to get some sort of financial aid. We also have talent scholarships you can audition for. Admissions wise, we are on the Common App. You can apply to HPU using the Common App or directly on our application. We are test optional for at least the next 2 years. And I'll put my contact info here. I'll also add it to the chat. So I'll hand it back to Jennifer. Mahalo nui loa and aloha. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael, so much for sharing and presenting on Hawaii Pacific University today. Right now, we are close to the end of our time together, but not quite there yet. So we have a time for a Q&A question. So I'd love to invite all of our presenters to come back on camera and join in with the group. And we're going to answer a question, a little round robin style. We'll go in the same order that you presented. When the person ahead of you finishes, just feel free to turn off your mic and flow right into your answer. So I would love to hear, and for all of our attendees and viewers, what is a favorite event or special tradition on your campus that's really important to your community? And we are going to start with Dior Ashton from Chaminade University in Honolulu.
All right, this is actually one of my favorite questions to answer, and I'm also a Chaminade alumni, so this holds very dear and near to my heart, and that's going to be our Taste of Culture event. So we have a lot of cultural events or cultural clubs that we have on campus, and so Taste of Culture is an opportunity for those students to make a special dish from their culture. So you have our Hawaiian club, you have our club from Tonga, Samoa. We also have our Hispanic and Latino club. And so all these students gather, they create their dish, and everyone kind of goes around and samples different kind of foods from each of the cultures. All of our students really love it, but that's my favorite. It happens every year in the spring, right after our big international extravaganza.
I always love this question too, and I can never decide which one to talk about, but I'm going to mention our Residential College Olympics, referencing St. Louis being the home of the 1904 Olympics. And we have some historical sites on our campus. Our residential colleges, which are made up of 2 or more residence halls of first and second year students, compete against one another in Olympic games. So it could be like a soccer game, they do tug of war, they like whipped cream pie eating contests, and it's coming up soon. So it's always really exciting, and everyone has a lot of passion for their own residential college.
Awesome. Yeah, that's with John. There's a number of things I think, but because I'm based in California and we're primarily with West Coast students that are coming a little bit further, our University Week of Welcome, or UWOW Week, which is exactly what it sounds like, is kind of the first week of school, and there's just so much going on, you know, concerts on campus, comedians, lots of icebreakers, so giveaways, involvement fairs, and I just think it really gets students connected to the university and to each other. So, you know, just initial, you know, friendships and that sort of thing. So again, just a little bit biased because I work with students that are coming further away, and it really gets them comfortable and connected with the campus community as a whole.
At St. Louis University, I'd have to say our involvement fair is one of my favorite events. It happens during the probably second or third week of classes in the fall. And not only is it a chance for students to check out every single club and organization that we have on campus, but it's also almost like a carnival fair type of a situation where we have free food and games and prizes and drawings and raffles. So not only is it great for incoming students, but it's like the first big event that we have for our returning students too. So it's almost like that homecoming after summer vacation where everybody gets to see each other again. So the vibe and the environment is just such a fun time. It's usually on a Friday night. So I always look forward to that.
Hearing all these like traditions, I'm like, oh, I want to go and visit these campuses and see all these things. That's like one of the coolest things about going to campuses and seeing all these nice traditions and events that have gone on for decades. University of Missouri, one of my favorite is Tiger Walk. It's actually something that all of our freshmen and transfer students participate in about a week or so before classes start. And essentially what our students do is they run from the downtown area through our columns. You can kind of see them in the background here towards the university. We have our band there. We have our mascot. We have different sports players who are there as well. You learn cheers and chants, and then you get Tiger Stripe ice cream, which is really cool. It's ice cream that's made on our campus by our students and professors that students get to enjoy. And I may or may not have a few times have taken some ice cream for myself as well. So don't tell anybody that.
So my favorite tradition at HPU, it happens in March and it's called the Freak Show. It's our big talent show that our students put on themselves. And since our student body is so diverse and so international, it's really amazing, great talent from all over the place. I love that.
I agree with Tammy. I love hearing all this. I want to go Google it, check social media, see a little sneak peek of each one. And I know it's so hard because it's just, one moment of all the amazing things that happen at each of these campuses. So I hope for anyone watching, you are inspired to go check it out and, kind of look and think, hey, could I see myself with those students when you look at pictures of everyone participating in these events? This is awesome. Well, we have now reached the official end of our time together. So first of all, thank you to all of our admission counselors and representatives for sharing not just the facts and figures of the admissions process, but just your passion for the student experience in and out of the classroom on each of your awesome campuses and representing your community so well. Thank you to everyone who's watched, whether live or watching the recording. Thank you for taking time out of your day to learn about these great schools. And I hope that you are inspired to go to the website, dig in, and contact these representatives. These admission counselors are passionate about what they do. They're here for answering any question that you and your family have and helping you through this journey and to explore everything their schools have to offer. So thank you so much for all of that, your time and in being curious and exploring a little bit. So now as we wrap up officially, you're going to get a 4-question, very quick, I promise, survey when you close your window. And we hope that you'll provide any feedback for us. We really appreciate that. And again, this was just one of many sessions that have been hosted as a part of the WACAC programming. We hope that in about a week's time, you'll go back and watch and share this video, check out more of the recordings of the other panels and presentations that are available to you. All of this can be found at that same website where you registered, strivescan.com/WACAC. So that's it. Thanks again, and best of luck to everyone on your college search and decision journey as you look to find your college home. Goodbye.